specific as possible. There is no reason to bore people and say, oh, this is this. I'm not teaching, right? It's a clarity call. And usually it's an opportunity for you to ask those very burning and very salient questions that you have as far as studying abroad is concerned. So I would encourage you to unmute yourself right now and ask questions. So the first person that I'm going to be calling on my screen, okay, the first person here is Sunday Patience. Please unmute yourself and tell us your name, tell us where you're joining from, and please go straight to your question or questions. Thank you. We're waiting for Sunday Patience. Are you there? Hello? So why, since we can't seem to hear anything from Sunday Patience, I would like the next person who joined the meeting to unmute herself and then ask, unmute himself. Well, they kind of joined at the same time. So we have Eniton and then we have Omitusa. So first, before I ask Madam Eniton to ask a question, I would like to briefly introduce myself for this, because of those who have never been in any of our meeting. So let's do this. Hold on a second. Okay. So thank you so much for joining this meeting. My name is Bisola Miriam Obia. I am married with 2 kids. I know some people, I needed to say that. I came into the US in December of 2020. My journey to actually get a fully funded scholarship started about 7 years ago, but I didn't have the clarity that I now have and that I now share with people today. And so the dream kind of became like a long-term thing, even though it was something that I have achieved in. So mute yourself as you're joining the meeting. Mute yourself. It's just the thing that it's very important that as you're joining a meeting online, that you mute yourself. So when you're asked to unmute, you can then do that. Thank you. So one thing that was like the bane, like was the major challenge of my application was that, oh no, I kept having admission offers. I'm going to put this person in the waiting room. If you do not mute yourself, you'll be put in the waiting room, or we would have to remove you so you do not disturb other people. If you're in this meeting, very important that you mute yourself. Thank you. So one major challenge I had was that I kept getting admission offers without funding. And so I also thought that, you know, what I needed to do was to only apply. I didn't understand that it was possible that the very important thing to do when you're applying to schools is to connect with specific contacts. I didn't have that clarity. I didn't have that information. So I kept applying and applying, and I only kept submitting application. I didn't connect. And so what I got was, or I would say, were several admission offers without funding. And so I'm here to teach you, to share with you the change and what I actually did different, and how I was able to get a guaranteed scholarship, and how I was able to come into my dream country and my dream study destination or my dream course of study today, all of that I would definitely share in the course of this Q&A. And so I just wanted to give that background information so that you know who I am. My name is Bisola Miriam Obian. I am married with 2 kids and I am Nigerian. I am from the southwestern part of Nigeria, even though I've touched the major part of the country before I came here. I finished from the University of Ibadan, where I studied classics at the first and second degree levels. I am left-handed and I happen to lead a nonprofit, the Left-Handers International Organization. I am studying a degree in communication studies and my research interest is how to communicatively reduce social stigma. So, and this research interest seems to have cut across everything that I do because in my decision to equip people who are looking for fully funded scholarship, I see me mitigating academic or education related stigma and to promote inclusive education. Of course, when we promote inclusive education, we're definitely reducing social stigma. I am done talking, so I don't bore you guys with my own personal gist. Let's talk about you. So the first person I'm gonna be calling for this Q&A is Madam Eniton Oyesowo. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. Once you unmute yourself, tell us your name and pronounce it exactly the way you would have wanted me to pronounce it. Tell us where you're joining from, and please jump straight into your questions. Thank you. We're waiting, Madam Eniton.
All right. Good evening, good evening, Coach. Good evening, Mrs. Bisola. Good evening, everyone. My
Yes,
name
ma'am.
is Zenith Shower.
Okay, oh, you
Um,
shower. Okay, thank you. I was busy saying something else. Okay, go on.
yes. I'm a graduate of chemistry. I study biochemistry. I'm speaking from
Awesome.
Kano, Nigeria.
Yeah, Iki.
Lafialu,
Yo, what,
and
son?
married with 2 children. Actually, I got to know about it some let me say last year during the lockdown, and
Okay.
I can see that you have what I need. I don't let me say desperately need to study
Mm,
because I've sat for that route of traveling abroad, and the way I perceive it is that education is a good way, and as much as education is a good way, funding is a challenge. So I'm connecting with you with the aim of, since you've gone ahead through the study routes with this fully funded funding option. So I'm
mm,
connecting with you in a way of getting a mentorship, somebody to tell me I need to do this, I need to do that, and to have this to get to the exact destination I desire.
okay.
And I understand the fact that there might be some commitments from my part, but I'm just looking for someone to hold me by the hand and say, I need to do this, I need to do that.
Okay.
And I know that success is replicable. So that's why I said, let me connect with you. So
So,
this is
okay.
the purpose of
Don't
with
mute.
you, ma.
Still remain unmuted while I respond to your position quickly. So my feedback here is, what is your timeline? This is what I always ask people. I always tell people you need to clarify, and in clarifying, how soon do you want to get a guaranteed scholarship? Are you looking at a short-term plan or a long-term plan? So when I say short-term, I'm talking about the next 3 months to 6 months, such that by November, December of this year, or first week in January, you are out. I don't know if that makes sense. That is a short-term plan. The long-term plan is, okay, you're still trying to gather information, you're not ready yet, you have maybe 1 or 2 commitments back home, which of course is very understandable. Then I would say that your category is long-term. So long-term is 2 years or more. Short-term is 3 months, 6 months, or a year maximum. And so for those who are looking to get a guaranteed scholarship in the short term, this is what I always tell them to do. And I will also share with you very briefly what those in the second category are expected to do. Now, if you're working within a short frame of time, one thing you must understand is schools have deadlines. And because schools have deadlines, you either decide to burn the midnight candle by keeping yourself, putting yourself on your toes, or like, let me say that differently. When you decide to go with the short-term plan, is either you work with someone who has gone ahead or who knows the process, or you want to go through the process yourself. Now, when you're going through the process yourself, you need to be overly smart in the sense that you must be so good to be able to beat all the deadlines. But if you're working with someone, it simply means that you're kind of relying on that person's knowledge and wealth of experience. There's a common saying in African setting, which is when a child sits on the shoulder of an elder, the child seems to be able to see much better than the child would have seen if the child was actually standing on the ground, based using his or her own experience as the searchlight. So the searchlight is you do it yourself or you use somebody's insight. Now, if you're going to be using somebody's insight, like you said, there is a commitment. So the commitment might be that you want to get my book. The commitment might be that you want to get my online course. The commitment might be that you want to sign up for a private mentorship program. The book is $40 normally, but because today I'm simply in a very good mood and because I'm going into my birth month, so I'm so excited and I'm doing a discount. So instead of paying $40, you pay $30. How much is $30? That's just 10,000 naira. Now, by midnight, exactly 12 a.m., we're switching to $40 and we're going to be saying Happy New Month. Now, let me keep talking and I'm almost done so that I can take other people's questions. And there's a reason I'm trying to explain all of this. The second thing is if you're not getting the book, you can get an online course. So there are people who are very good at, who really love to watch videos. And just like this is a video class or video clarity session, the thing about the online course is that there are certain things that I might not be able to cover in this clarity session that you would get access to in the video course. And there's something very interesting for those who have subscribed to our video course. They get 1 hour free coaching session with me in addition to a copy of the book for free. So they are going to be getting 1 hour of my time for free, and they would also get access to our book for free. How much is the book? The book is worth $40 from 1st of May, and they're going to be getting it for free. Now, whether you get the book or you get the online course, one thing that I've decided to do moving forward for this initiative or social enterprise is that I realized that a lot of people think that applying to schools abroad is the same way as is the same thing as going live on YouTube or Facebook, building a YouTube channel, building an email list, learning how to sell digital products. The process is more intense and it is more time consuming. And so because of the nature of the study as the application process and all the things that you need to do, I feel that it is very important that people belong to a support group. So, a support group where you have people of like mind, a support group where there are people who are going through the kind of process that you're going through. A support group where you get to ask questions as often as possible. Because one thing I want us to understand is when you're applying to get a guaranteed scholarship, you would have 1,001 questions. And so I tell people that it's not enough for me to say, buy my book, and then I'll say bye bye. I'm not even interested in people buying my product and then they won't be willing to join our support group. So anyone who buys a book or an online course, guess what? They get access to our support group for a period of 6 months to 1 year. Now, they get to be in the support group. How much do they need to pay to be in the support group? Just 1,000 naira monthly. The reason why we need to say 1,000 naira membership fee monthly is because we want people to be serious, and we want them to know that you have joined this group, not it is not for free, but of course it is ridiculously cheap. So that if you buy a product, the only thing you're actually paying for is the book or the online course or the mentorship program. And buying the book does not give you all the 100% clarity. You need to be, there will be questions that you will need, even if the book is as simple as ABC, there will be times when you'll be so confused that you would ask yourself, oh my God, I need someone to answer questions. I mean, that is why my offer is different. I have not seen any coach who will sell you a digital product, who will sell you a book and still open a support group for you to join. Please, if you found one, tag them in my video, tag them in this live video, or mention their name in the comment section. Maybe I should take back what I've just said. And I'm saying this confidently because I have seen that it does not work for people who are looking to study abroad. The process is rigorous. So it's not enough for you to say, let me buy a book and go. Let me buy online course and go. I am not, don't even buy, because I want to work with people whose success stories I will be a part of. So I know that after you've gotten scholarship, you have to go for visa. After your visa interview, you would need to leave your country. You will get to a port of entry. What will you say? How would you interact there? What are the kind of questions they would ask you? When you get into your study destination, you need a support group. You need a network of people who have gone ahead of you. And so I have friends in Canada, I have friends in the US. We have a strong network that you can benefit from. So it is really to the advantage of anybody who buys a book, because what you're getting is lifetime value. I'm done talking. It's as if Madam Eniton's question is about buying a product. So I needed to just explain that in detail. Now let me say this. Let me sound this note of warning. A lot of people believe, or just simply they don't go further in this whole quest. And I will tell you, it is not enough for you to come for a clarity call. Whether you're buying a product or not, the most important thing is to begin the process. Do what you need to do. I mean, if you need to start watching the replays of videos that have been shared before, watch the replays. Don't just be like other people who will listen to content, who will do nothing. You know what? Whether you apply or you do not apply, people will keep getting fully funded, right? So if you have chosen to only listen, only hear, and not take a move, you're doing like who loses? The schools are not losing. They will give their funding to someone else. You're the one who is simply losing out. Oh, you keep giving excuses. My job is so time consuming. I live in Lagos. Who all of those, I mean, who you help with all of that gist? It doesn't add up. I know that life is so hard, but if you really want something, then go for it. Why give excuses? Why sound like, oh, you are the one who has the biggest problem on earth? I shared on my email list today that I sold envelopes. When I was looking for a fully funded scholarship, there was no fully funded application I did not send out. I would go for the state government one, I would go for the Nigerian government one. I went with my so-called first class results. But guess what? They had their candidates. They just simply used us for the media promotion. They took pictures of us. We didn't get feedback. Do you want to keep waiting on a system that is bent on just crippling smart people, creatives like us? It is this is just me telling you that it's either you take your future into your own hands, or you allow a system to keep dictating what you want to do. See, one thing that I've realized in this system that I find myself is this system rewards creatives, smart people, intellect. And it's not just about your race or gender or religious orientation. This system, when they see someone who is willing to give it all, the system will reward you. And that is how the system has been created here. And in some other parts of the world, even in some developing countries. But if you belong to a system that is not ready to operate at the realm that you are, you need a shift until that system is willing to operate at your own level. And that shift, it is your own duty. I will keep inspiring, I'll keep talking, I'll keep giving clarity. But guess what? If you listen and do nothing, nothing would happen. I don't know if that makes sense. Nothing would happen. I'm done talking. Let me go to Mr. Femi Omitusa. So my last question to Madam Eniton is, where do you belong? Are you going for the short-term plan or the long-term plan?
I'll go with the short time plan, madam.
What did you say?
Hello? I said I'll go with the short term plan.
Okay, all right. Just follow up with me via WhatsApp and then we'll talk further. So the next person
Mm.
is Mr. Omitusa. I know this is Mr. Femi Omitusa. If you have a question, please unmute yourself. Tell us your name, tell us where you're joining from, and go straight to your question. Thank you.
Good
Yes,
evening.
we can hear you.
Hello, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. Good evening to you and to every other person that is
Yes, sir.
joining in. My name is Omitu Sauluafemi, just as you have said,
Mm-hmm.
and um, I'm calling from Akure, Nigeria.
Okay.
So I just finished my master's program, and I'm trying to apply to some schools abroad for my PhD.
Okay.
But in the course of my research, I discovered that some schools specified that GRE scores should not be submitted during applications.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, there was a school I saw that said that any score that is submitted will be redacted before submission.
Will be
And
what?
then some other school will be redacted,
Rejected?
redacted.
Okay, 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 okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then some other schools said that the GRE scores are optional.
Mm-hmm.
So my
So what
question
is your
is, are they really
question?
so are they really optional? Like
Okay,
if
okay,
I
you're
don't submit
unsure
those
of what
scores,
you read, right?
yes. So
Okay,
I'm asking to know if I don't submit those scores, that do I lose any points in quotes?
okay.
And
So
and then
now
this,
let me tell you one thing. A number of schools, and this is something, please hold on. I would like to um, respond to someone's message very quickly. Give me just less than 1 minute. I will be
okay,
done with this. So one thing I want you to understand is that a lot of schools have actually changed their process owing much to the COVID, right? So many schools, let me not bore you with all of that detail. But one thing I just want you to understand is a lot of schools have actually changed their requirements and they have become so soft with their requirements. So you find out that schools that would typically insist on GRE saying, oh, sorry, well, now we now waive it. Now, even before COVID, so many schools have actually, waived, completely removed the GRE or GMAT as a requirement. And so one thing that I want to say is that if you have found schools with waivers, I mean, you're on course. Those schools are real and it is not a lie. It is true. It is true that these waivers are there and they are available. Does that make sense? And so another thing I
yes,
would like to say is you need to also double check with your department if, of course, you have any doubts. So how do you double check? You already know about the letter of introduction process. And I remember that you signed up for one of our training last year. And I also remember that very recently I kind of gave access to the book for free. So I know you possibly have access to our very recent edition of the hack book. So if you go through the book, of course, if you choose to be in our support group, you keep getting, more clarity as far as all of this process is concerned.
Yeah.
But just to still re-emphasize my point, one, schools are giving waivers. Number two, some schools are not given waivers, but once you negotiate with schools, so for instance, what does it mean to negotiate with schools? Now, you're not negotiating with a website, you're negotiating with real human beings. And to negotiate, you're sending them actual emails, okay? And to negotiate, it means that you're talking to them about what you have that should be, that you want to present in place of what they're asking for. More like, let's say a school says, okay, we are not giving GRA waiver. And you are negotiating by telling them that, okay, I have actually written this particular exam and I want you to take this exam because the kind of skills that you want to see on my GRE are also reflected or are also what I currently have as far as this particular exam is concerned. So let me give an example. If you're not speaking, please be muted. Please be muted. Titilayo Yemi, try and mute yourself. Thank you. So I was saying that, let me give this example. So when I was applying, there were schools that insisted on GRE. That was long before COVID. That was around 2017, 2018. Now, after that, the next thing, when I saw that these schools were not willing to waive, I had to go back and email. And then in my email, I made a request. One of my requests was, is it possible for me to get a GRE waiver since I already have since I already graduated from an English speaking country. And I mean, my understanding was they wanted to test my proficiency in English or my verbal skills, right? But guess what? They didn't take that offer. So later on, I reached out to some schools and said, okay, I'm willing to write the GRE, but can you give me application fee waiver? And they said yes. And so some gave me application fee waivers when I negotiated with them that I am willing to take the exam, but I cannot afford to take exam and also pay application fee. Some schools were willing to give waiver and I got waivers, and the names of these schools, I have put them in my book. So for instance, what I'm saying, no, the word is not for instance. So in essence, my point is, when a school says they don't want to waive, it is possible for you to negotiate so that so that you put yourself at an advantage position. And when you do your opportunity course, see, it is interesting that one school, one examination that you've written, you can send to all the schools that you're applying to. Meanwhile, you can't send application fee of one school to all the schools. Does that make sense?
No.
You didn't get that. So let me repeat that. If you write an exam, if of course some schools are insisting that you write exams or write the GRE or the TOEFL, and you have your results, you can send that result to as many schools as possible that you're applying to.
Yes.
But you cannot
Yeah.
pay application fee to one school and send that payment to all the other schools. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So I'm
Sure.
trying to say that application fee can be, if of course you find a school that is unwilling to waive the examination, negotiate by asking for a waiver for your application fee. And you can do that to as many schools as possible. That's one strategy. But the second thing is, you don't necessarily have to write exam. I know a lot of people who would go and waste their money. Some people have booked for IELTS here. If you are in that table, let me break this table right now. Some people in this meeting, they have paid for IELTS. They have paid for TOEFL. They don't even have any school on their list that they have connected with. I'm not saying this to make you feel bad, but I'm saying this so that you know that it doesn't add up. Hello, are you saying something? Please mute yourself. I'm still interacting with Mr. Omitusa. So my point is, don't waste your money when all you need to do is so simple. What are you doing? You're just simply reaching out to schools. How will you reach out? Through emails. What are you using? Your phone or your laptop if you have one. You have an email address. You will reach out to them via email. They will respond. You will connect to as many as possible. But if you say, okay, let me keep using my data, I'll keep checking internet. You keep using data, but guess what? You know that in the Nigeria, in the current reality of many developing countries, data is like gold. If you keep using your data, or eventually maybe by the end of the week, you would have spent close to 7,000 naira. When you can actually buy a book that has all the wisdom you need, that you can possibly imagine without burning data. And all you just need to be doing is just to be plugging in the strategies. Bam, bam, bam. But if you choose to use your data, how much data will you use to get to the level of clarity that I have? And I'm not saying this to make you feel bad. I'm saying this with all sense of humility, but I'm saying this confidently so that you know that at the level that I am right now, you need to operate at that realm. And all that you need is the word. The word is available in the book. I mean, let the word guide you. So I'm done talking about that. And I feel that I have answered your question, Mr. Femi.
Yes.
So
I
I
have
know you
one
already
other
have access to
question.
the book, right?
Sure.
Good. So you can keep working with the book. You should thank us for giving you access to that book, because you didn't buy a book, you actually paid for. And I'm sure so many people, they are like that. Once they see something in your mind, you think maybe it was a mistake. They sent it to you by error. It wasn't a mistake, it was intentional. And so keep working. And if, of course, you feel that you need to be in our support group, the essence of the support group is for those who want to hit their deadlines before December of this year. If by January of next year, or you want to do your Christmas in Canada, inside snow, or in America, or yeah, see, these dreams, they are achievable. But you see, nobody makes anything happen by just wishing. Mm-mm. I'm not sure God was wishing that heaven, like, let there be light. God did not wish. He wanted these things to happen, but he went to work. And I do not say, now, I say that we have God's nature. If God is not lazy, and he would not reward laziness, if you choose to keep dreaming, your dream is valid, no doubt, but you need to work, you need to act so that you have that job. What if they say tomorrow, sorry, we don't need you? You keep complaining that your boss is this, you keep complaining that you are not having enough. Now, let me share this. So when I got into the States, I didn't come with how much did I come with? I only came with $300. It was so small. And it was even free money. Somebody dashed me. God bless the soul of the person that gave me that money. The person is late now. I feel so bad that the person died earlier this year. But the person gave me that money when I was going on this journey. And that was what I tendered. That was what I presented at the port of entry. They said, okay, where are you going? I'm going to the University of so. What are you going to be studying? I'm going to be studying communication studies, blah, blah, blah. Okay, how much do you have with you? Do you have a BTA, basic traveling allowance? I answered all the questions. So they said, okay, you can go. I even wanted to show them money. They said, you don't need to show us. They just needed to know. But I sure had to carry cash because I needed some leverage since I'm coming into a new system. Now, let me share this with you. When I got in and I didn't have a place, I had to stay with a friend. And after a few weeks, I started getting paid. Now, I am getting a top class degree, and I say this to the glory of God. I'm getting a degree in communication studies, even though I did not do any communication course in Nigeria. I didn't even take any communication classes. But today, I'm pursuing a prestigious degree. Now, do you know one thing that this opportunity is doing for me? Aside from the fact that I'm studying, I am able to sell my brand online. I don't have light issues, right? So you see me posting and posting and posting. Sometimes some people will be, why is she's so less busy? It's not like I'm doing so much work with the posting. Once I post it, the internet is usually very fast, and it just cross like I kind of, patch my I no, sorry. I structure my content in such a way that once I post here, it goes here, it goes here, it goes there. And that is one thing I'm able to do easily. Now, let me share this very important information. So when you get into a system like Canada or USA, one of the things you need to acquire is a credit card. The reason why you need to acquire a credit card is because you want to build your credit history. And you don't need a credit card like other people who will collect credit card and will be using it to buy orishi. Now, I got a credit card after I came in. Now, how was I able to get access to a credit card? Because I'm an employer. Now, I am employed by the university, like I'm schooling and I'm working. And because I'm an employer, I got a social security number. It is also called tax identification number in some places. So with my social security number, I can apply for a credit card, even though I just came in. You can't access certain opportunities without a social security number. So because I have opportunity or I have a social security number, because I came in legitimately as a scholar who is also working, I got a social security number. Please mute yourself, Mr. Abiodun. And with a social security number, I can apply for a credit card. And with a credit card, I can use that credit card to buy time, to buy certain things, to achieve certain things, and save up my salary. Now, do you know that if it was home, how much are they paying me that I want to save? Me that they were paying 30,000 naira. Now I earn over $1,400. Now, it's not like in this country, $1,400 is big money, but because I have access to that credit leverage, I don't have to spend all my salary. I can save up. If I find investment opportunity now that I'm identifying investment opportunities and working with some tech savvy people in the summer, I can actually use some part of my own cash to invest and double what I have and triple what I have. I don't know if that makes sense. And I can also conveniently support people at home on a monthly basis by selling what I know digitally and using that proceed to support my family and be responsible to the people in my life. And I can also pay my tithes. I can also say that, okay, we need to invest or support somebody. We need to do this and that. Now, do you know, on top of all of this, I can also, now, not I can, I am also identifying other job opportunities in the summer. So in the summer, I can actually work 4 jobs and I can actually raise $10,000 in 3 months. In my entire life, I'm not sure I could have imagined myself thinking in this line in the last, make I tell you people my age, in the last decades of my life, in the last few decades of my entire life, I could never have gotten this mental shift. If you're getting this opportunity, not just because, see, if you're getting this opportunity, don't just see it as, oh, me, I'm not ready to study abroad. I don't want that trouble. I'm not the book type. Think of it as a way to get into that new mental shift that you need to get into. Think of it as an opportunity to build wealth. Think of it as an opportunity to enter into the abundance that your soul yearns for. If you keep doing what you're doing and you're not changing your strategies, I'm sorry, nothing would happen. Nothing would happen. I'm done talking. It's as if I'm talking too much today. I just, the reason I didn't want to just keep quiet and keep answering questions is because I just wanted you people to know the things that I now enjoy and the things that I can still enjoy in future. I am doing the program right now, but it's a master's program, but I'm taking PhD level classes. Why did I have to do master's? Because me, I did not have communication degree. So I have to start from the scratch. But guess what? I'm not doing badly. I'm not doing badly. One, because I'm trying to I'm even tired of always posting online. I want to even set up my system this month to ensure that with the fact that I have good data, I can do my business online. So if you are also here and you have something that you currently do, begin to think of writing books so that by the time you come abroad, those your intellectual property will begin to make money for you. Like mine is already doing for me. You don't have to also what? Of course, there's a recording of this session. It will be on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be posting the link to those who are on my WhatsApp list. If you're here, maybe somebody shared you the link and you shall join. Save my number so that you can get the replay of the meeting. My point is, now that I have all of these things in place, if I want to be like other people, I won't be thinking of how can I make $10,000 in the next 3 months in the summer? How can I make so money? How can I do this? How can I do that? I am thinking futuristically. I have suffered too much in my life though to come and get here and be doing wannabe. I did not come here to do wannabe. I came here to position. I came here to strategize. I came here to connect. I came here to build lifelong relationships. And I came here to prosper. The prosperity that I could not acquire in my country, I will acquire it though, in Jesus' name. And I'm so
Amen.
intentional about it. And I want everyone to come on, to be on this level. It's not just for you to, Moti Japa. It's an opportunity to liberate yourself, your generation, born and yet unborn, and the people who look up to you. You do not know what this opportunity can do for you. And I'm telling you what it is doing for me and what it can possibly do for you. And so think of what, if you forget anything, think about what this opportunity can open you up to in the next 10 years. Do you know one thing I've identified in this city that I'm living? There is no African store in this city. And I'm telling myself that in the next 3 years, by the time I'm done with my PhD, I'm doing masters, taking PhD level classes, no doubt. But I'm also going to be applying for PhD in my college in the fall, so that when they are prioritizing those they would fund, I will get priority funding. And it is possible that I am going to get better funding than any other person because I'm already in the college. Now, when I'm done with that program, I'm going to be doing a law degree because that is what I always wanted. So my coming to do communication is just a stepping stone to my later level. And law is not going to be my end point. I'm going to be doing an MBA and other certifications even much later because knowledge has no end. And if I can go to school without paying anything, please, should I not go to school? And the more I upgrade myself, the more the opportunities that would accrue to me. And so all of those things I can dream of because I am calm. Like I don't have to struggle for certain things. See, this investment is so small compared to what you're going to be reaping. If somebody tells you to bring 1 million, don't answer them because with just someone is not muted. Esther Okonkwo, please be muted. Because with just 10,000, with just $30 offer or on my book today, or $100 offer on my online course today only, or $500 offer on my private support or private mentorship that is opening in May. And this private mentorship would give you access to me for 6 weeks. And one thing about the private mentorship is I am also going to be giving you phone calls on a weekly basis so that I know what you're doing. That's just the difference, the effigy that comes with the private mentorship. I'm sharing all of this so that you understand that there are several things you can achieve moving forward. And when I'm done with this current degree, I see myself positioning myself in this city. I told you that there is no African store. And I'm going to be working with, if I need to work with an American citizen to make sure that I forge a business partnership. So me, as an African person, I'll be bringing African products. Him, as an American, will use his network to set up the structure. We'll just be making the money together. People don't know what I'm thinking. Let's leave that. I'm just sharing all of this so that you know that the opportunities ahead of you, see, even you yourself, you don't know yet. Because eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. What God will drop in your heart when you get to a level, and of course, you are on that level already. And I'm so glad that you made it to this session. So let's take the next question. We have Adewale Gbeminiyi with his hand raised up since morning. If you are male or female, I want you to unmute yourself. Adewale Gbeminiyi. Tell us your name, tell us where you're joining from, and tell us what Madam Esther Okonkwo, please mute yourself. Biko, thank you. Adewale Gbemini, if you are here, please start speaking. Tell us your name, tell us where you're joining from. Okay,
Yeah, my name is Adewale Bimini Johnson
great, thank you.
from from Nigeria, Lagos, Alagbado,
Please hold
30
on.
power
Someone is
side.
selling in the DM. I did not ask you to tell me to come and export agricultural products. Yes, sir or ma. I'm just sharing that strategy with you so that you know that you can actually make magic when you have this opportunity. I am not interested right now. I'm just telling you something that I intend to do. So you don't need to sell to me in the DM, or you don't need to sell to us in the DM. If you want to do this also, this is an opportunity for you. Get the strategy correctly, get this opportunity, and you can make that magic too when you get here or get to Canada or USA. So this same information you were sharing in the comment section, you can actually keep that strategy and make it happen for yourself. I don't know if that makes sense. All right, so let's have Mr. Dewale speak. I needed to just shut that, I needed to just pause that flow of thought so that we don't distract others. And, the reason why we're here is to talk about scholarship. So we're ready for you, Mr. Dewale. We're here, we're ready.
Hello?
We're here, we're following. Speak.
Hello?
We can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you.
Great.
Okay.
We're listening.
Yeah. In the last webinar, I attended, so I asked a question as regard transcript, that my school doesn't give transcript to student to graduate by graduate by hand. So what they
I
do is
answered
to
your
send to the
question that day.
school. Yes, you answered my question, but your answer doesn't work on my side as regard
Tell me what doesn't work.
the
Why?
okay. You gave me two options by looking for like an organization in Nigeria here, whereby I can use as a request for the transcript. So when the transcript gets there, I can get it by hand, or in abroad over there, I
Did
should
not
get
give you a
a
broad
kind of
option. No. The only thing I said about abroad is they will not request for your transcript until you have been admitted. That normally what they
okay
would need from you is an unofficial copy. Does that make sense to you?
unofficial copy of transcript.
Maybe you missed up what I shared. What I said to you that day is for your transcript request, two things. One, you can ask your university to mail it or send it to, now, not your university, someone in Nigeria or someone who is a professor in another university or an organization that you are working with or that you have worked with
Mm,
before can make that
mm,
request on your behalf. When they request, they are not
okay.
sending you the letter. They may have to
Mm,
send it to the university's transcript office. I don't know if that makes sense. If it is a letter you are taking, who will believe that? It will simply mean that maybe you actually prepared the letter and addressed it differently. So that request would
mm,
come from that organization or that person. They are just trying to, it's like it's an arrangement, though legitimate, but it is an arrangement that you can do. Another option is you can go to your school and request for unofficial copy, student copy. If you get a student copy, there is no, well, I do not know about your school, but most universities will give student copy. And with a student copy, you need, what am I saying? The only thing you need to do with a student copy is to use it to apply. So that student copy is for connecting with schools and submitting your applications online. When you have been admitted, you can then use that student copy, right? To,
ah,
no, sorry, when you have been admitted, what you will then need to send is official copy. And they will not ask you to request. The university in Canada or USA would send a request to your Nigerian university or Ghanaian university or South African university or any other African university that you finished from. Does that answer your question?
But what I'm saying is,
What now?
what I'm
Let me
saying
ask
is,
you, what have you done that did not work? What have you done? This was last week, oh, and you
yeah.
said it did not work. So what did you do that didn't work? Let us know.
Okay, as regard my own university concerning transcript, they don't give it to anybody,
Did I say
except,
anybody? No.
no, I'm referring to an organization.
Have you gone to the university? Have you gone to an organization? Have you asked an organization to make that
Yes,
request?
my friend, my two of my friends have tried that. They did not deliver. They did not deliver. They just pay for the transcript. At the end of the day,
Are you your
they did not
friend?
deliver it to them.
Have
So
you applied
what
it? Let me ask you,
if
you
I
have
apply the
done it.
same thing? If I apply the same thing will happen. I can only
Why?
apply if
If you're
I'm coming. Let me explain
pessimistic,
better.
okay.
Let me explain to you better. I can only apply if if the address I'm going to put there that they need to send the transcript to is an education institution.
Your
Like
certificate,
I
you are
have my
collecting.
certificate. I have my certificate.
Okay. So
I
now,
have
can I
certificate.
respond? So we don't drag this. Can I respond?
Okay.
When I
Okay.
mentioned organization, I did not say hospital. I did not say church. I did not say mosque. All of these are organizations. If you listen to
Okay.
me, you were listening to me, so I take that back. Maybe you missed that point. So I would say that
Okay.
it is possible you missed it when I said that a professor can request for that on your behalf. When I said professor, I'm simply referring to
Hmm.
someone who is within an educational institution. Now, if you say your friend have done it, it didn't work for them. I mean, what can I do about your friends? I can only tell you what has worked for some people that have done it that I know. So if you believe what your friends are saying, then there is no reason why we should be having this conversation. If you would apply that strategy, then try it and say, oh, it didn't work after I did it. Not for you to say, my friend did it, it didn't work. Are you your friend? And this is one thing that I always tell people. Oh, I have people who have applied to schools abroad. They didn't get funding. Are you those people? They have tried this method. It didn't work for them. Are you your friend? So if you want to work at the realm that I am, you must follow what I'm saying and try it. And if it doesn't work, I'm not even telling you it won't work. I'm simply saying that you need to try it first before you say, oh, it did not work. I don't know if you understand my drift. If you are not
Okay.
speaking, please be muted. Benjamin Okogun, be muted.
Okay.
Everyone is muted so that we don't have network, like we don't have a situation whereby, so many, like there's so much echo going here and there. I'm sorry if that sounded like it was too direct, but I mean, I keep saying it every time. Madam Esther is not muted. Please try to mute yourself. Mr. Dewale, I hope that answers your question.
No, I've not gotten full clarity about
You
it.
don't need to get full
My
clarity. It is when you apply this thing that I've shared with you that you get full clarity.
see,
No magic will
see,
happen. Can we talk about this
what I'm
some other
telling you is
time?
that
I would like to take
what I'm
another
telling you is
question.
that hold on,
There's
sorry.
no time
What I'm
for
telling you
that.
is
We
that
need to attend to other people. This is not a problem we can solve here. I hope that and
but you know,
that
transcript is very essential in this processing. If someone cannot get this
it
transcript,
is not.
my school only sent to any institution.
So
None.
what do I do about that? Or what do you want me to do?
I'm just saying, if only it is possible that I request for transcript and the transcript will be sent to the school that the school I'm applying to in abroad direct. If it is acceptable like that, that's the only thing my school does.
Okay, you can follow that strategy then, sir. Does that sound good to you?
Okay.
You can follow that one that you believe in, and that makes sense. Okay? Thank you. So let's take another question.
And another question is that I'm new here. I just want to know how can I search for schools?
Okay, we'll answer that question very quickly. About searching for schools, the first thing is you need to identify what you want to study. what is your application interest? And you cannot come up with an application interest without knowing an application story. And Mr. Niyi, I know you so well. You have attended our past sessions, free events here and there. If you're asking this question again, I'm like, why are you asking? It simply means that you have not done anything since you've been attending our free webinars. And let me say this, even though your transcript is an essential ingredient, the schools will not say bring your transcripts when you're trying to connect with them. You're writing letters of introduction to schools. Even though you may attach it, not many people would open it. So the potential advisors you're connecting with, they are not going to be checking and scrutinizing your transcripts. It is when you submit an actual online application that your transcripts will be needed. So when you say that, oh, they will not send to schools abroad, then you can actually focus on just connecting with schools. And when you're done connecting with schools, then you can then submit your actual application online. Now, when you submit your actual application, you can then ask the universities to request on your behalf, because there are actually schools that would request on your behalf. But what I know, and I still stand by my point, is no school will ask you to bring official transcript until you have been admitted. So actually, the transcript that they need from you is something that is called an unofficial or student copy. And if you think that it is not possible for you to get it through the method that I shared, you can also use this strategy, which is communicate with the schools that you want to send your actual admission applications to. Tell the head of
Okay.
department or your contact person to request or
Okay.
to help you make arrangement for that in your country. But
Okay.
even the people that I currently work with who have not gotten their transcripts, the only strategy that we decided to stick to is the unofficial format, which is getting an organization back home to request for the transcript, and then get that copy. You use that unofficial copy, you scan it and use it as one of your application documents. That is how much I can say as far as that question is concerned. If there's anything that I haven't said, or that I think that you think you will still need clarity on, like I said, many of your questions we have answered in our past online sessions, and we can't go, it's not a teaching session, it's a clarity call. So we can't answer all questions from one person. I mean, there are other people whose questions we must answer. And for, like I said, you don't need a transcript right now to begin the process. Have you even contacted schools? Have you reached out to schools? Have you identified schools? Have you written to any school? You're writing letters of introduction. You're not writing letter of transcripts, and they're not even asking you to bring transcripts yet. So it is when you connect with as many schools as possible, and they're read, and you have gotten clarity as far as and you're now sure, based on the feedback, that they are willing to admit you. When they are willing, it doesn't mean that they have given you admission offer. So don't mistake what I'm saying there. And once you get that phase sorted, then you can work on the rest. Mr. Deniyi, I'm done answering your questions, and I would like to go on to the next person.
But which site will I go to search for
I'm
those
not
schools
giving
in
you the name of
writing
any
introduction
site.
letter?
Go to Google, sir. You can use Google.
Okay, okay,
Go to
okay, okay,
Google.
okay.
So,
Now I'm
yeah,
getting you.
you can go
Okay.
to Google. When you go to Google, you'll find all of this information you can dig out yourself. Like I said, you can choose to do it yourself, and you know me so well. I know you too well. And if you go online, you can find useful resources. In fact, don't go online. Use our YouTube channel. And when you use the YouTube channel, it makes your work easy. That is for you who has
Okay.
chosen to do it by yourself. But if you get my book,
Okay.
for instance, everything you need to learn from A to Z has been detailed in the book. Let me say that when
Okay.
you are buying the book, you are not buying my time. You're buying a product that will walk you through the process, right? And if you buy the book, you are not getting private coaching, getting group support in our private WhatsApp group. And in addition to the private WhatsApp group support, you also get access to 1 month Zoom meeting that we always meet on Zoom. I am going to remove Madam Esther because I have said it over like 10 times that she should be muted and she's not muted. So I'm going to have to remove her or put her in the waiting room. The noise is distracting. So she's in the waiting room. I hope she knows why she's there. I want to go on to the next person. Thank you so much, Mr.
How much is the book in Naira?
The book is today only. It is $30 today only. From Monday, from
Naira
tomorrow, in Naira, sorry. In Naira is 10,000 Naira. And from tomorrow, the book goes to $40. That's 15,000. So if you pay for the book today, you get it at 10,000 Naira. All right. Let me take other questions.
Everything I need to do as regard the processing till the end of the 6-month processing is fully in the book.
Yes, and if you don't find it useful, ask for your money back, and we'll take our product back, and you get your money back.
Okay, where will I get it?
Where will you get what?
You see, online, I'm going to get a book.
If you send me a message on WhatsApp, I'll send you a link to pre-order the book. And I'm also going to share a screen as to how you can make payments. So if you hold on, I'm still going to do a screen sharing, but I want to respond to other people's questions before we go. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Thank you. So I'm going to share a screen, and on the screen, be muted, Mr. Denny, and every other person that is not speaking yet. So I'm going to be sharing a screen. I want you to be muted so that the network does not, so that we don't have, thank you. I'm going to share a screen for Mr. Denny and for Madam Eniton or any other person who is interested in pre-ordering the book right now. Like I said, by 12 p.m. midnight, the book's price is going to go to $40. So you can actually take that step right now. Somebody is saying in the comment section that he or she has something to say. I'd like to know who the person is. So if you want to pay for the book right now, you can use this option of paying to this account. I'm also going to drop a link in the chat box. So you just make a transfer of 10,000 Naira to this account and send your proof right now. Send your proof to me on WhatsApp right now. So I want to take other questions, but before I do that, I want to drop the link to pre-order the book online in the chat room. Now, Mr. Biodun, Ade something. Can you tell us what your experience is?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening.
Good evening. I want you to be very brief.
Okay.
Very brief, because you are an old member. I want to attend to those who are just joining for the first time. So I don't want you to
say concerning the transcript is this. Okay. I want to share my experience with that brother. You know, when I wanted to get my transcripts and I want to have the copy with me, I have to liaise with a foundation.
A foundation.
Awesome. Yes, when I have to address it to them when I go to school. And on getting there, I collected it back. But it's a foundation. You get it. So that you can, the person that said that it is school. It's not even true.
Thank you, Mr. Biodun.
Some other companies ask for your transcript. You get it? Get it. You know, my friend has done this, my friend has done it. Don't rely on what someone has done. You get it? Don't think of, okay, in fact, they might not even try it. They might also rely on what somebody or what another person has also said. You get it? And do you know what? Relationship matters.
Yes.
Those who are the transcript office matters. You know,
exactly.
We are human beings. They work with modes.
They work with modes.
Maybe the situation they were then, maybe they were tensed. Exactly. They have so much on them, they will send you away. You get it? But now, you know, it's human being now. Maybe they are doing one report or the other, and their boss is coding them. You get it? And you are coming in that I need this, I need that, I need this, I need
and
that.
They know that when people are coming for transcript, they want to study abroad.
They want to study
most
abroad.
Of the time.
You get it? Don't use that strategy. Find an organization, you know, it can be an NGO. Liaise with them. You get it? When they send your transcript, you get it. And do you know, I want to correct something. That guy that said, okay, he would like to get the admission first before sending it will cost you a lot of money. If you are applying for 10 schools,
10 schools, are you going to be?
And you are sending directly, my brother.
In fact, we don't get another teacher for year.
You are going to spend more than 250,000. I'm telling you, my brother. You get it?
God
But you know,
you,
US gives you a kind of leverage that you have the soft copy. They call it.
They will collect it, and you are.
They collect
That's the thing.
And
it makes your work
that
easy.
Is just scanned copy. And do you know what, my brother? Let me, for all of us on this group, you can download scanner on your phone. It will be clear. You get it? You don't need to just go there, go to any cyber cafe, they collect. Download scanner. Ask, search on your phone.
Thank you so much for your feedback. Oh, let's end it there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please clap for Mr. Abiodun. You see, it sounded like it's only Bisola that thinks this thing works. Someone has applied it and it has worked. And he's in our inner circle. I mean, he used to be in our inner circle, Mr. Abiodun. Run away, Mr. Abiodun. So that was last year, and we didn't have a WhatsApp inner circle. So it's not like he intentionally left. We used to operate on a private Facebook group, but I saw that the private Facebook thing was not effective. And, you know, I would just be there posting, talking. People were not really, I wasn't feeling people. So we created the private WhatsApp group where we answer questions. Like, I can answer questions easily, and, you know, everyone is always on WhatsApp. So how do I get full access to the monthly mentorship? Okay, I'm sending you a link right now, Madam Meniton. Check your WhatsApp. Okay, and okay. Who is speaking? Can I share in 40 seconds? I don't get that. So the next person, I don't understand your question, Mr. Is it Mr. Okaka or Mrs.?
Mr. Oka.
Mr. Oka. Sorry.
Yes. Oka is.
Proceed.
Okay.
I have Madam Idowu, Madam Oladosu, Mr. Godfrey, Mr. Larry. Don't go anywhere. I'm here to answer your question. Mr. Sunday, Madam Sarah Michael, Madam Titilola, and Mr. Benjamin. Don't go anywhere. This is your chance to get these questions answered. I am not doing any free clarity session throughout the month of May because I'll be seeking the face of God over so many things, and I will be offline most of the time. So this is your chance. This is not like a replay. So get your questions answered live. And thank God that there are other people willing to share from their wealth of experience. And I'm so glad to have everyone here. So please speak, Mr. Oka.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, well, a lot of time we forgot that we were in Nigeria, and this is actually the way things and people reason in this part of the world. I studied abroad as well. When you finish like this, even my, what do you call it, my exams, even midterm, as soon as you're finishing by the next, on Friday, by the next Monday, your transcript is ready for you to collect. But here in Nigeria, the mentality is different. You can't come to them and say you want to get transcript, you want to travel. No, you have to be diplomatic, or you just find a way. I believe if you pass through your department, and for you to have passed through your department, there's no way you don't know one lecturer or one professor or your HOD, except you just went to school and just passed through the class and just left. And then you should also understand that money speaks here. You go there, you're not bribing anybody, no. But sir, I know you've been very busy. As I don't have much, just take this one, drink water. You go. They will be the one calling you. They will be the one calling you.
When you act like you have so much self, you know, they get angry. When they do like say get plenty money.
Yes. See, these things are just common sense. It's not, don't come to them, don't sit in your house and say, I want transcript, please, can you send it to one school? No, like my brother said, you can't be sending to all these schools. You can just, please, so I need this transcript, or I'm applying to this organization, they need my information, they want to get details of my transcript. Kindly help me and send it to this. Okay, I know it will be. Can I send somebody to the school? Please, what number do you prefer? Okay, your recharge card. Can I recharge your phone? Or can I have your account details? Let me just recharge your
Exactly.
phone. You're not sending recharge card to them, but you're sending them 5,000, 10,000, 1,000, 2,000. They'll be so. I mean, these guys, some of them don't even have salary. 3 months, 4 months,
Yeah.
and then you're coming to ask them for transcript. They have other things they're doing. They
Yeah.
will just dump your. You know the mentality now. They will just dump your stuff and just
Yeah.
continue with whatever they're doing.
And let me say
And
this in, okay, go on.
yeah, okay. So I don't feel. I feel the like you call. I like the fact that you collected out the gentleman that said his friends. Your friends, their destiny is different. Everybody has their star. The stars that visited Jesus Christ is not just star that is carrying all of us.
Yes.
So you have to find your own star and follow it.
And what do you
Don't
believe?
depend on somebody else to don't say I'm waiting for because of this person. No. A lot of time we keep ourselves down because we're looking at other people to see how far they've gone. No, you take your own journey. And I really enjoy this section. So please,
Thank you,
if you
sir.
want anything in this life, make it very short. Count
Yeah.
your coins. Just use your coins. That's it.
Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you, thank you. Bravo. So just to add to that, one thing I also realized is, normally when we are in school, we get our transcripts on a yearly or on a yearly basis, like on a semester by semester basis. So for instance, at that stage when you're still trying to get clear, no, not get clear, at that stage when you're still, doing the unofficial, well, when you're still applying and you do not need to submit an official transcript. Another thing you can do is, if for instance you have your first your 100 level, second 200 level, 300 level, all those years of transcripts, put all of them together. Usually most schools always issue that on a yearly basis or on a semester by semester basis. That's one way to also, make transcript or something that looks like a transcript available to schools, especially when you're um when you do not have a personal copy from the university. Okay, that's basically the beginning of it all. I no, that's basically the summary of it all. I want us to talk about something else really. I want to call Mr. Benjamin. After Mr. Benjamin, we have yeah. Is Mr. Benjamin with us?
All right. Hello, Bishola. Good evening.
This one that you have add SH to my name, Bishola. Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying
Madam
to
Idowu, you are next after Mr. Benjamin.
All right. I actually didn't join from the beginning. When I saw the advert, I said I really needed to have someone take me through the
Okay. What's
process
your
of
question? Oh yeah, time. Your
yeah,
question.
how to connect with a school and go about the entire processing of admission to any of the schools
Okay.
abroad. That's actually what I wanted to get.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I wanted to do something on. Okay, so to
The-
respond to that question, like, let me ask you, when do you want to begin the application process? Is it something you want to do now, or is it something you want to do later, or what exactly is the
it's something
timeline
I
that
want
you're
to do.
set
It's something I want to do now. At
now?
least the
Okay.
the, 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 the many part of the year I want to devote it to
Do you see
getting
yourself
that
leaving the
done.
country by
Yes,
December, January latest?
December, January. Yes, hopefully
Okay,
December,
so
January.
now this is what I will say to you. You can walk through, you can run this race yourself, and you can also
That's
run
okay.
this race with somebody behind you. Now, I
That's
want you to
okay.
respond to that second. Now, before you respond, let me share certain things with you before you respond. So, if you choose to run the race yourself, you keep benefiting from my free clarity call, which is also good. And you can also
That's
make use of
okay.
our YouTube channel because as much as possible, I share freely. But one thing I will not do is I will not spoon feed people who are looking for free stuff. So if you're going to get free things, you would be directed or given like a sense of direction, but you have to figure out how the
That's
rest
okay.
yourself. So this clarity call is one way to get a sense of direction. The YouTube channel is one way to get a sense of direction. Now, with what you will get on the YouTube channel, guess what? You will be able to, run get several things done using the search engine, because I have shared a lot of strategies freely on that channel. Even as
That's
far back
okay.
as 2019, I have been putting up content on that channel. So the way to reward me and my hard work as someone who is looking for free information is to what? Make use of the free resources at your disposal. Now, if you now decide that, okay, you want to do it yourself, guess what? You're going to spend data. And I will not guarantee you how soon you will get this done, because I won't be in your space. I won't be in your life. I won't reach out to you. You won't be in our private community. And neither will you keep hearing from me. The only time you probably hear from me is anytime we're doing our free clarity call. I don't know if that makes sense. Or when you receive an email
Okay.
from me. But if you are in our support group, this is what happens. So how do you become a part of the support group? All you need to do is to make a decision to either buy a book, an online course, or the private mentorship. So the book is $30 today only. The online course is $100 today only. The online course gives you free access to the $30 worth book, and it gives you access to me for free for 1 hour, like you and I on a 1 hour call, where I am going to be giving you a sense of direction as to where you should apply and how to beat the deadlines for fall. For this year. That is for the online course. Now, for the book, everything you need to learn is in the book. I'm just simply giving that extra offer if you get the online course. So the book
All right.
today is $30. The online course is $100 today only. Now, with the book or the online course, you get to be a part of our support group, meaning that you only have 6 months to 1 year on our support group. By the end of 6 months, sorry, you are out of the group if you are not making in fact, by the second month, you are out of the group if you're not making progress. Because in the support group, you're not paying me any money to be in our support group. You're only paying 1,000 Naira membership fee. So if you're in our support group and you're just there, you just bought book because you were excited and you're not doing anything. Sorry, by the second month, we give a 60-day grace period. If we see that you're not making progress with all the strategies at your disposal, then we see that that person needs to be on the wait list, maybe for the next cohort. We don't want anybody to come and spoil the good work that God is using us to do. And to be able to do that good work, we need people who are ready to make the magic and to make that magic happen as soon as possible. So now, to my last question, to my second and last question for you, where do you belong? Do you want to run the race yourself, or do you need guidance?
I would definitely be interested in having support from you. So
What kind of
I will,
support? Book, online
I will
course,
need
or what?
guidance. Let me use your word. I will need guidance.
Okay.
Mm.
You didn't answer my question. Are you going for any of our paid offers, or you want to stick to the free resources?
Any of your materials, right?
I said, would you be willing to take any of our paid offers, or you want to stick to the free resources so that I can know what to share with you moving forward?
What I know I will be able to do is get that your material for $30,
The
and
book, you
then
mean? Okay.
enjoy the support that you render
Okay,
in
in
your
the
close group.
support group, not be private
Yeah.
support, now support group. Make we clear the hair. May not be like say he go to hear another thing. Say human being, now so we did. I have scholars
Yeah.
in that community that 2 a.m. my time, they'll be sending me private DMs. Money is not. Shebi is because me have said I want to do support group, and I just want people to understand that one thing, there's energy in fellowship. The thing we're doing here right now, I shared something, Mr. Biodun commented, you shared your comment. Imagine that it was just me and you on a private call or private DM message. Will other people be able to benefit? No. So the essence of the support group is actually to inspire one another, because there is energy in being around people who are looking for what you're looking for. And so I feel that being in that support group is the best thing that can happen to anyone. So I will share you the link to the book via DM. I already left it in the chat. Make sure you don't miss the offer, because by 12 p.m. I'm not going to change my mind. Even if nobody buys, I am going back to my $40. Those who want the $40 offer, God will bring them, because abundance now our own. So make sure you take the $30 offer before 12
No problem at
midnight
all.
today. Thank you.
All right.
So is there
Thank you
anything
very
else
much.
so I can talk to Madam Idowu?
No, that will be all for now.
Okay,
That will be all
Mr.
for now.
Benjamin, you did not talk. Oh, that's why. I think, Mr. Benjamin, have you spoken?
Yeah, you have
Oh,
been speaking
sorry,
to me.
wait.
You've
I
been
think
speaking to
I'm mistaken, like I'm getting confused here. In my
me.
mind, I thought it was Mr. Oka that was speaking. All right, yeah,
No,
that makes
you have been
sense.
speaking to me all this while.
Mr. Benjamin, okay, thank you.
Thank you
Please
very
send me
much.
hello. Say hello, I'm Mr. Benjamin, so that I know who Mr. Benjamin is. Send me a
All
chat
right.
via
All
WhatsApp.
right. All right.
Where
I
are
will
you
do that
from?
now. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay, please send me a DM. I need to be able. I have everybody's name saved, but I just want to
Okay.
be sure of who is who actually. So, Madam Idowu, you have the floor.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry I will not be able to share my video. I really
That's
wish I
fine.
could, but I may maybe next time. All right. So yeah, Bisola, thank you so much for this. I mean, this is the second time I'm joining the Clarity call. I think yeah, the first one I had to watch the recording. So I was looking forward to today's one. So firstly, my name is Ido Oladeshu, and I'm a graduate of social work from University of
Okay.
Lagos.
Okay.
Yeah, so social work, I know. So one of the things, let me just even say why I've been so motivated to just do this master's is because I noticed that after I graduated from school, immediately I finished from school, even while I was in university, our lecturers will always advise us that, babe, don't do don't try and practice this profession here because it is not well appreciated. It's not relevant. Our government is not ready yet to invest in it because
Social work.
most developed countries, yes, social work, yes.
It's
So
hot
most
cake
of
here.
us after, yeah, thank you so much. So after uni, most of us became business women. Most of us even did something else entirely. I found myself in insurance currently. I work for an insurance company. So I feel like I have this potential. I want to, practice this thing because it was something I developed passion for in my
Okay.
universities. No,
Okay.
so this is what so this is let me just I'm just trying to give this background so to show how I'm so passionate to just leave this country right now. So when you mentioned that when would you like to do your Christmas? I mean, I want to greet my Christmas in this year in snow. Yeah. So this
Abby.
is yeah, I've
Hello.
already, to be sincere, I've been able to, research a lot of schools. And what I did, I don't know if it's the right thing. I did a streamline. So I
Okay.
streamlined because of my course, because of the kind of course I did. And I know that most of the time you'll be surprised that some of these schools they even have school of social work. They have a whole faculty dedicated to social work.
Yes.
So I don't just
College.
go. Yeah. So it shows that what we don't even take for. I mean, we don't take seriously. So I try to look for schools that offer this course. I mean, that they see it as most of them see it as a major, like a major faculty, and that's what I've been doing. But now this is my question. So because I'm looking for a fully funded scholarship, I'm not just
Okay.
applying to all schools. I know some schools are very competitive and they don't offer scholarships, right? So I want to know, in as much as I've identified this school that offers scholarship, I've been able to identify like 10 in US and 10 in Canada as well. I've sent them emails, just to, relate to their graduate coordinator. But then at what point, because I know, thank God you mentioned this application fee, because I always see it there that, before you even send your documents, pay so amount, $100. Yes. So how am I guaranteed? At what point do I proceed to even make this payment when I'm not even guaranteed that I'll be selected? So I want to just be sure. So I mean, at this point where, yes, I want to pay, but then I'm like, should I still,
Okay.
how am I sure I'm going to
So the
get the
question
funding?
is, what's your how do you know, like, what is the guarantee that you get guaranteed
Yes,
funding?
yes. Even yeah, so I know that I'm guaranteed that I will get the admission. I just have a feeling that, with my transcript to my GPA, I've
Okay,
met all
okay.
the requirements. I've
I'm
actually
going
done
to
a checklist
respond to
right now.
that so
Yeah,
we don't drag that.
yeah.
So my response to
Okay.
that question is, you will know that you would get a guaranteed funding once you have identified a potential advisor whose interest matches yours and whom you have
Mm,
connected with and has been
mm,
responding to your emails and has said via
mm,
email to you that I can work with you once you get here.
mm.
That is
Wow.
when you know you have
Okay.
gotten, like, it's not like the person has given you the funding, but that's when the
Yeah.
decision is made. That's when the deal is sealed. And you are not
Mm,
able to cut that deal by prospecting 10 schools or 20. I tell you, ma'am, you're prospecting as many as possible. It's just like sales. When you want to sell something and then, okay, you have a property of 100, maybe 100 million, and then there's another property of 30 million, and then there's another one here and there. And you have
yeah.
reached out to several people. And when all is said and done, you now have that call with that client who says, I'm taking that offer. I mean, that's when you
Mm,
know that, yes, I have arrived.
yeah.
But did you
Yeah.
arrive at that destination by just talking to one client? Nope.
Mm-hmm.
You
No, no.
prospected, you spoke with as
Yeah.
many as possible, and it took
Yeah.
time, right? And
Yeah.
eventually
Yeah.
you got that deal. So when they say, oh, this is the breakthrough, it's not like you were just sleeping and snoring. You did the work.
Mm-hmm.
And the work is
Yeah.
being intentional. It's not even in just connecting with the graduate director. It is actually connecting with the person who seems to have, like, you, like, it's, I call it the match me formula in the book. And then that match me
Mm,
formula simply means you have seen somebody whose goals aligns with yours. And once
yeah.
you do that, it makes your work less difficult. In fact, it's as good as you've gotten admitted, because again, some schools will not ask you to submit separate assistantship application. They won't
Okay.
ask you. But this system, once you follow the strategy and once you get it, it is as good as you've gotten the funding, because that person is taking you on, like you're going to be riding on the person's shoulder or on the
Yeah.
person's wings. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope that answers
Yeah.
your question.
Okay, so sorry, I just want to clear this. Are you saying now that the person, let's just say maybe the advisor, is it after you've been given the admission, then you can now
No.
apply for
Mm-mm.
the,
You're not
okay,
applying for all of that. You're not getting all of this information or this offer after you have applied. You're getting it through a letter of introduction. And there's a way you
oh,
would craft a letter of
oh,
introduction to get that kind of reply.
okay,
So it's not just by
okay.
sending email, or you need to know who
Mm,
is going to get, like, make that, who is going to okay, it's just like when you're selling. If you don't target the right people, you can't make sales.
yeah,
I mean, you want
yeah,
people to
true.
buy Pampers, and you're
Yeah.
directing the advert to grandma. How are you going
Mm,
to, how will your advert convert? So for you to have
okay.
that conversion, you must target the right people. And in targeting the right people, I'm sorry, I can't share beyond that. So if you want to learn more,
No
definitely
problem.
get the book
Yes,
or
I'm definitely getting this
online
book
course or
tonight. I
one of
mean,
the offers. But don't just get the book.
yes,
Be ready to leave, to be in the snow by December. Or if you're
yes,
not
so
ready, don't even pay me that money, because how much would that money do
okay,
for me
so
right now?
yeah, the last question. Let me just quickly chip this in.
Okay.
So I used to see every time I open this some of their websites and go through it. There's this thing they call advanced standing, and I want to ask you. I want to just have a. I want to know what it means.
Advanced
Advanced standing.
standing. I
Yes.
really don't know what you mean. Like, where do you get to see that? I think I saw that in my DM. Where do you see that kind of
Yeah. So most times it's always that section where you are getting research
admission
assistant.
requirements?
Well, it's more of like a bonus, or maybe I won't say scholarship. It's just always under grant, under aids,
You
under.
don't need to
I
bother
mean,
yourself about grants,
okay,
aids,
okay,
and other kind of financial aid. What you
okay,
need
okay.
as you're coming in, if I were you, I won't go for anything else. You know what I'll go for? I will go for an
Mm,
assistantship position because you need that work
okay.
experience. Don't go and collect
Yes.
scholarship that will not give you work experience. So when you finish the
Mm,
grants, you won't have a social security card.
that's
And if you
true.
don't have, you can't
Okay.
build credits. Let's leave all the gists. So look for
Assistantship. Okay, no
assistantship. Oh,
problem. Thank you.
it's
Thank
very
you so,
important.
so
I want
much.
to talk to someone else. I have Sunday Patience and up, and I have Titi Lola. Can I? Okay, Madam or Mr. Sunday Patience. Is it Mr. or Mrs.? Can you just unmute? Madam Titi, you are next, and then Madam Sarah, and then Mr. Emmanuel, Mr. oh, I know Mr. Bubakar. How are you doing, Mr. Bubakar? My one and only friend from outside of Nigeria. Nigerian people are giving me trouble. This is the only person that has never given me trouble. But I'm just kidding. I mean, sometimes when I meet people from other culture, I'm always so excited. I don't know. So, Mr. or Mrs. Sunday, you have the
Um,
floor. Tell us your name and where you're joining from. We're waiting.
okay, based on the pictures,
Can't hear you.
in the States.
We can't hear you.
Okay, I'm calling
Someone
in the
just,
States.
huh?
I'm calling from the
You're
States.
calling from where? You can hardly hear.
In the States.
Enugu. Okay, please proceed. Ask your question. You have the floor.
My question is what are the things one needs to pay for after being admitted and funded?
Okay. So now let me start by saying that you don't need so much to apply to schools abroad. What do you need? You need to have an email address. You need to have my book or my online course. If, of course, you want to do it in 6 months and you don't want to keep wasting your data online. These are the things you need to start with at the beginning. Now, along the line, when you begin to streamline your list, you realize that some schools will not waive exams, some would waive. Now, I always say that people should open up their options, like increase their options by not just applying to programs that will say by fire, by thunder, that would insist that you provide tests like GRE, or that would require that you register for an exam afresh. I always tell people that they increase their options to include schools that will not necessarily say you will need to submit a new examination score aside from maybe your test of English score that you already have or proof of English proficiency. Understand that when you then get there, you will still write another you will still write another English exam. You will take a course that they call those course test of English. So that will be added to one of your courses as you're getting in. So my argument, and this is what I share with people in the inner circle, I always tell them that when they are telling you that you should submit proficiency of English result, blah, 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 negotiate with them that you're from an English speaking country or school, and let them know that if there's any exam that you need to take to prove that you're proficient in speaking the English language, tell them that you'll be willing to take that exam when you arrive. That's just by the way. Now, all of those things that I've said are what you actually need to apply and get funded. When you are now admitted with funding, you have about 5 offers from 5 different schools. You then have to decide which one you want to pick. So if you pick one, whether it's the one in Canada or the one in the US, you have an offer. When you have this admission offer, the next thing you want to do is you want to book a visa interview. If, of course, you need to schedule an in-person visa interview, or you just will need to submit your documents. So the time when you really need to pay money is when you are like significant amount of money. It's not even big money. It's significant because it's money, as far as the rate is concerned, is when you're applying for your visa interview. Now, when you're done with your visa interview, there are just two other things that you have to pay for. If you're coming to the US, you pay what is called a service fee. Now, once you pay the service fee, you would be able to apply for your visa online and pay your visa fee. The only thing you then have to pay for will be your air ticket. So to actually get to a point where you get a fully funded, you're not going to be spending money. You just need to be consistent and follow through and do what you have to do. Do you know one thing I know about the African community? It's a communal setting. And so when anyone knows that you have been given a guaranteed scholarship, there's something magical that happens. And it also depends on your mindset. If you believe that you would only work for everything you'd ever earn, I'm sorry, you can never have anything big. So why am I saying this? After you've gotten the funding offer, people have a way of believing you and supporting your visa process because they know that this person is going, they want to be a part of it. That is the point when a lot of people will be willing to donate. Now, don't struggle and start racking your head and start saying, how will I get the money to now apply for visa? How will I get money to now apply for etiquettes? Do you think your money is what will even help you get all of that part done? Your work is to get the fully funded. The work of the community behind you, the people in your life, is to get you out there. And that will be so easy for them once you have gotten the offer. Because I'm telling you that in my case, I didn't have to do anything when I already got funding offer. Everybody was willing to donate this one, that one. Yeah, go for visa. I went for visa, got the visa. I needed to travel. People were not willing to donate money. She needed BTA. She needed air ticket money. I'm sharing all of this so that you understand that you operate in the abundance. And for you to actually be at that level, the work you need to do, you do your work, and the universe will sort the rest. I'm not saying that you should not have a saving plan. You also should be disciplined and have some sort of saving. I mean, if you have a job right now, have something you're keeping aside. It's not because that money is what will sort the remaining parts of your application process, but you want to also show that if you need to buy anything for yourself when you're traveling, at least have money to buy. Don't be like me that I came to the US with maybe one jean and two tops. Although it's not like I wasn't saving, but I had so many family responsibilities that I needed to use the money for. And I knew that I could buy these things once I get here. I didn't have to bring so many stuffs on my way to this country. So I hope that answers your question. So the next person is Madam Titi Lola Oyeni. Madam Titi, you're next.
Good evening, ma.
Mr. or Mrs. or Miss Sunday Patience, you can mute. Are you good? Can you mute yourself now? Good. Let's have Madam Titi. Mr. Abiodun, you are
Good
not
evening,
up
ma.
for this clarity call. you are a supporter, like an assistant instructor. Madam Titi, have the floor.
Yeah, good evening, ma.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, my question is that can you actually
Your name and where are you joining from?
Okay, my name is Titi Lola. I'm calling from Ibadan.
Okay.
Yeah, my question is that can you actually apply for another course entirely?
Yes.
At abroad.
Yes.
Like I studied civil engineering now. Can you actually apply for maybe biochemistry for your master's abroad?
Yes, I studied classics. I studied classics and I applied for communication degree. So yes.
All right, ma. Yeah. And okay, another question is that as a polytechnic student, can you actually apply for masters abroad without any issue?
So if you have a polytechnic degree, is it HND or OND?
HND.
Then you're qualified to apply for a master's because you have a 4-year program, like a 4-year transcript to show that you have OND, you have HND. It's a standard 4-year program. Does that make sense?
All right, ma. Thank you so much, ma.
You're welcome. We have Madam Sarah, Mr. Emmanuel, Mr. Larry, Madam Rebecca. So can we have, in no particular order, I'm tired of calling names. Madam Sarah, unmute and ask your question. Tell us your name, where you're joining from, and then I want Sunday Patience to be muted, please. We're listening. Some people just paid for the book. So if you know you are here, don't wait till midnight. Once it is midnight, the link will change like automatically. So try to make the offer, like pay for the book right now. Even if you have a deposit, don't miss this offer. If you have a deposit, pay to the account number, not to the link. But if you have your full payments, pay everything so that you don't miss the offer. If you don't make a deposit, you won't be able to hold that offer today. I hope that helps. So yeah, Madam Sarah, I'm going to share my screen for those who want to make that payment while I'm still speaking. All right. Yeah, please go on. I'm with you.
Thank you. Yes, I will look.
I didn't hear you.
If
what's happened? Can't hear her again. What's going on?
We've been discussing all this while. Am I audible?
Right now, yes, but before, no. I can hear. We can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yes, my question. Let me just put my question straight.
Yes,
is there any program for you need to put place? What are the things you need to put in place?
Spouse, I didn't hear that. You hear me? Is there anything that what?
The things
Can you type your question? I'm struggling to hear you. Type your question. I would respond. Don't worry. Just type it. I think we lost her actually. So let's have Emmanuel Odutayo. Is it Odutayo? I'm not sure. Odu something. Emmanuel, then Larry, then Madam Rebecca. Then if she returns, Mr. Godfrey, because sorry. Mr. Godfrey, you are the last but not least. Yeah. Are we good? Mr. Emmanuel, we're waiting. There's no time. We need to wrap up. It's 4:46. Okay, let's have Mr. Larry Busari. Mr. Emmanuel is not here. Okay, who is next? Madam Rebecca. It's as if all of them, they are in the meeting, but they are not here. Rebecca, where is Mr. Okay.
Hello.
Please
Hello.
speak. Good evening. Are you speaking?
Hello?
Yes, we're listening. We're here, we're listening. Speak. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but if you cannot hear us, type your question in the chat box.
I'm calling from Abuja. I'm calling from Abuja.
Okay.
My question, the line is actually breaking. Okay, I said I'm calling from Abuja. So my question is, I've been trying to work on doing my master's now for the past 5 years. So I'm having issues with getting transcript from the school due to Nigerian ASU strike and all of that.
Okay.
The time can you hear me?
I can hear you, ma. go to your question. Since your network is breaking, I would advise that you answer your question straight on.
Okay, so
I would like
so my
for
question is it possible to
okay.
get master done over there,
Yes, it is possible to get your
even
master's
without
done.
getting the transcript ready yet? Because
No.
currently now Nigerian system kind of full.
No, we have answered this question before, and my response to that question is, it is not impossible to get that question. Like, how do I answer this? Like, this is getting confusing. You need a transcript to submit an official application before you are admitted. But you don't need a transcript to reach out to school, up to the point that you can get a nod or like a green light that indicates that you can get admitted with funding. Does that answer your question?
Mm-hmm.
Does that answer your question?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you can type it again, but again, I think we're out of time. Let's take the next person.
I
What are those things you need?
what I really need to know, because
are you saying something? I'm not getting what you're saying. Let me go on to the next question. What are those things you need for an undergraduate program? The things you need for an undergraduate program, I don't understand what this question is about. I really have no idea. Can you explain, Madam Sarah? What exactly are you asking? I'd like to look at the other speakers. Who is next, actually? Who is next? Okay, who hasn't spoken? Mr. Godfrey, you're next. Mr. Godfrey, then Emmanuel Odutayo.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry that you're the last person.
No problem, ma'am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well.
All right. Okay. I'm Godfrey. I'm calling from Benin.
Okay.
So I want to ask, my question is very simple. I want to go for the long term because I'm still in the university. So I want to ask whether it's possible to start now.
Okay.
Or to wait till graduation.
Okay, so for those who are looking at the long term, now, again, I don't know if there are other people who are in the category of who are thinking about the long term too. There's a long-term offer and it is an event. So I'd like to share my screen while I explain this long-term thing. Does that make sense to everyone? So there is an event coming up in December. No, I said December. No. The event is coming up this month. I haven't shared this with everyone. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am, I can see it.
What can you see?
Announcement.
No, that's the wrong screen. Let me share another screen. I'm sharing the different screen, but you're not seeing the new one. So I want to share another screen. So there is an event that I decided to put up. This is the event for those who are thinking in the long term. People who want to get fully funded, but they are not sure when to, they are not ready to start yet. They are in school, or they are still in the second year of their program, or they have not even entered university and they're like, I'm not ready yet. So for those in the long term, where there's something they say, there's something called catch them young. And we feel that it is important that we begin to build a community of people who are looking for fully funded opportunities and are positioned in the right group or in the right support system. So I decided to create a private Facebook group where we would have people who are interested to apply in 2 years. So the meaning of the group is that every year we would have people come out of that support group to now join the inner circle and then begin the application on a yearly basis. So the meaning of that is if you are not applying this year or next year, you need to be on the study abroad challenge. The challenge is a support group for people in the long race, like who are thinking in the long term. And this support group would not just be about me, it is going to be a community where we will be inviting people from our inner circle who have gotten funded, people who have been abroad for years, who would come and share strategies with you. And at some other times, I would go live in this private Facebook group for those in the long term, like we're looking at the long term plan. And then I would be able to offer strategies there and invite people to offer strategies. Now we're kicking off that support group with a live event. So this live event is happening when? It's happening on the 27th, 28th, 29th, and the 30th and the 31st of May. 31st of May is actually my birthday. So it's like a four, like it's a lot, it's an entire weekend, okay? And how much is the challenge? It's just 3,000 Naira. 3,000 Naira because you want to listen to the speakers live, and you, as a founding member, you are paying because you're a founding member. You're paying such a cheap amount because you're a founding member of the support group. Now, we know that this journey requires that you are around the right set of people. And it is very important that you are in this support group, because you don't want to be in a situation whereby 2 years from now, you are looking for me, you have lost my phone number, right? But if you're in this support group, any day you come back to Facebook, any day you create another account, all the groups that you have joined, am I lying? Someone is laughing, right? Any day you come back, you will find yourself there. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
And there's an email list that we're adding those who will be in this second, like long-term support group. So the email list is designed in such a way that you get emails once a month. So even if you are doing long-term, that does not mean that you go and start sleeping. There are things you need to do. There are things you need to be put, like you need to equip yourself with, especially like particularly for those in the doing the long-term thing. I am going to be teaching them strategies for building a profitable financial system online, so that before they leave, or by the time they are ready, they are not broke. They are not like some people who now be borrowing money, and they are positioning their brand online very well. It's gonna be like, there's so much that would happen in that support group, and I don't want you to miss it. I tell you. So if you're thinking in the long term, what did I say? Pre-order this challenge. How much is the challenge? It's just 3,000 Naira to sign up. And if you want to take the challenge today, like I'm so generous, today only, you can sign up for that challenge with only 2,000 Naira because you're in this meeting. But you won't pay via the link. You pay via the account information on your screen. So where is the account information? Let me share it. So if you want to join the challenge, all you need to do is to pay just 2,000 Naira because you're in this meeting. Let's not make it 1,000 Naira. 1,000 is too small, please. So if you're interested in joining the challenge, you can just pay 2,000 Naira right now to this account number. The link has 3,000 Naira, and it is going to be 3,000 Naira for a few days. We're going to increase the price because by the time we put out the last flyer, when we start disturbing social media and days to the event, people will pay any amount because some people will wait till last minute when the price has gone up. Don't be like them. Take this challenge offer because one, you're going to be connecting with me on a different level. You're going to be connecting with all the speakers you see on that flyer that I just shared with you. There are some other speakers whose face have not been added to the flyer. I am going to be adding their faces. So it's going to be an amazing event. And from 1st of May, my clarity call would be on hold so that we can vigorously push for the study abroad challenge. So if you want to sign up, just type in the comment section, I want the challenge, and I will just drop you. I'm just going to share the account information with you here in the chat box. 2,000.
Okay, ma.
If you don't pay 2,000 naira now, later to join that support group, you pay 5K, because we're going to be selling the replay of the video. And I assure you that people who know that value, they will pay. So don't be like those people. Do what you have to do right now. All right. Is there any other question? If you have any thoughts, any comments, any feedback, appreciation, Bisola, I'm grateful for this amazing session. Whatever it is that is on your mind, even if you want to abuse me, bring it on. I'm ready. So whatever it is you want to say.
Okay, thank you very much. I am Abiodun Sunday Adegboye.
Now
you let me appreciate you, and I always do. Those who are on this network, they don't really understand what they are having at platter of gold.
Yes, because people like you paid. And I didn't have time for guys for people before. But God would breathe into you certain revelation, and then you tell yourself
let me tell them so that they can really understand.
Let me not talk.
I started thinking about to do masters since 2015.
We have 2 minutes, because I have a prayer meeting.
But now, if you are into all this challenge, I'm telling you, it's going to reduce the stress you are going to have. One, like what's supposed to have done yourself for 5 years, it will cut it for let me say maximum of 1 year. You get it? I understand Bisola very well. We knew each other. When we were beating about the books, when we were beating about the books, and you get it. But she has time to. I give you kudos. My contribution is this. Please don't look at the high brand schools to apply to. Are you getting me? Because you are competing with the students in the whole world. And there are some schools that the ego is already there. If you are not coming from so background, if you are not coming from so background, I'm telling you, they can take your money for the application fee, but they will not even think, they will not even think of getting back to you to that you are qualified or not. But do you know what? The standard of education in US, Canada, either private, state-owned, or federally owned, they are the same thing. Are you getting me? They are the same thing. And do you know what? There are some schools that we don't even like to go to. Some people don't like to go to. They have funding because government has released the funding. Nobody's using them.
Nobody's going to those universities.
Look at state universities. And do you know what? Let me contribute this. When you put on the Google that so school, look at the acceptance rate. If acceptance rate is less than 60, please, my brother, my sister, don't go there. If it's less than 60, don't go there. The acceptance rate, you see some schools, the acceptance rate is going to be up to 72, 85, 95, 92. I'm telling you, that is where you're supposed to go to because they have capacity. What they are telling you that like 82% of those who apply to them, they have funding for them because nobody's going to them, nobody's using the funding.
Thank you so much for your
that
contribution.
That is what I would like you to look at. And please, you can't do this thing alone. I thought I can do it alone. Sometimes I tell Bisola, don't worry, I've gotten some things. Let me work. Let me work. Oh, let me work. This I have. Are you getting me? This is where I have.
And we already have 2 children. You are even the man of the house, Abi. You won't cook. And I just want to say that thank you so much, Mr. Abiodun, for sharing your thoughts. Throughout the month of May, by the grace of God, we will do more, but we will not be doing clarity call. We'll be changing the strategy briefly so that for those who have not been able to join the session on Zoom can also join on WhatsApp. I am not the one coordinating the WhatsApp training. So if you are here in this meeting and you would like to volunteer for our free WhatsApp training so that we can build 2 WhatsApp groups, 250 on each group. I intend to train 500 people actually. And I intend to do that anything from after the 15th of May, because I won't be available from the 1st to the 15th of May. But anything after the 15th of May, we can have the free WhatsApp webinars back to back. We can even run them throughout 1 week before our Study Abroad Challenge. So if you're here and you want to volunteer to be a part of the free WhatsApp training, or to help coordinate it, reach out. The most important thing you will need to do is, we need someone to moderate. We got someone for one group. We need another person to moderate another group. We also need 2 people. We need someone to help design the flyer for free. And we also need someone who would be in charge of mobilization and all of that, and would encourage everyone who wants to be a part of the free WhatsApp training to get at least 10 people to join. Maybe it's just WhatsApp, so it will be very easy for you to get people to join. Meanwhile, it is free. So if we have 50 people inviting 10 people each, I don't know, with time we'll build that group, and we have 2 weeks to do that before we set out. So we would have the first day, the first free session on our on that WhatsApp page, and then we would have the second session on our Telegram channel. The meaning of that is, one day will be dedicated for group A and group B at different hours of the day. And then we'll have the wrap, like the final session, on our Telegram channel. And I am going to be releasing some free tools that I intend to upgrade some of my free ebooks. So I am working on something that I want to share with not just people who are interested in studying abroad, but also people who are looking to study abroad, but who are struggling financially. And I know this struggle because I have been there. For me to be selling brown envelope at a scholarship application meeting, no be joke. Now broken, I broken, no be small. Like, I was so broke that I needed to sell the envelopes. I saw that people were selling, and I was asking myself, if I sell one, people were buying it for 100 Naira or 200, I could make an extra 50 Naira or so. Imagine me selling envelope, God. But see, sometimes you have to do what you have to do to get to where you need to get to. I did all of that. I am not ashamed. And so I want to equip people with what I have learned. As much as I can share for free, I am interested in making the WhatsApp webinar. It's a rounded, like a full-fleshed program. So it's not just for people who want to study abroad. If you want to learn the strategies that I have used to make money online, then you need to be at this free WhatsApp training. If you also want to learn the strategies that I have used to also sell my knowledge online, or even position myself here abroad. If you also want to learn about how, despite being a victim of sexual abuse, not once, not twice, because I know that some people, it is not money that is holding them back, self-esteem. Some people are struggling with self-worth. So I do not know what you're struggling with, whether you're struggling with stigma, or you're struggling financially, or you do not know how to make your dream of studying abroad come true. You need to be in this free WhatsApp training. So if you are here and you want to make this dream happen for us by joining us to raise 500 people who will join these free WhatsApp sessions for free, and of course, as a volunteer, please just send me a DM after this meeting. If you're not paying for the challenge, if you're not buying a product, at least I still want you to be a part of what we're doing. And you can really invest your time, your energy, and your resources as a supporter or as a volunteer for this free WhatsApp training. Thank you so much, everyone. If you would like to show me your real face, I always do this at the end of every free meeting. If you'd like to show me your real face, I don't mind. Can we do that very quickly? If not, there is no problem at all.
Hope my discount is still there. Hope my discount is still there.
Your discount is still there if you take it this night. I already told you that your discount is $15. I mean, I can't take that.
Can I volunteer myself for 2 things?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The first one is
can you tell me about that? Send me a voice note. Send me a voice note right now. I don't want us to take any time. Like, I need to go myself, but you can send me a voice note. I'll reply immediately. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Is there anyone who has any comment or anything to say? Mr. Emmanuel, you didn't, eventually I didn't hear from Mr. Emmanuel and Mr. Larry. I hope they don't have questions. Okay, please send me a message, Mr. Oka. Thank you so much. Yes, we'll send you, I will tell a moderator to send you the information, and yes, she would do the needful. Is there any other person who wants to show his or her real face? Is there any other person? Okay.
I would have loved to show my face, but no money. Let me not show my face now.
It is well, no worry. Shall join this free session. Everything that I know, it's my birth month, so I'm happy, I'm excited, and I'm grateful. I'm trusting God for bigger things, and I want to drop certain things behind. So I need to give big so that I can receive big from God, and I can't wait to share at those free WhatsApp trainings. So don't worry, the things that I know, you will definitely learn few things. Mr. Godfrey, please reach out via reach out to me on WhatsApp so you can be a part of the free, so that I can share with you further details. Mr. Oka, I would appreciate that you follow up. And I don't want us to be excited here alone, no. Everybody should reach out via via DM, okay? So thank you so much, everyone, for joining this meeting. I would like anybody, I don't want Mr. Abiodun to talk again. It's as if it's just me and Mr. Abiodun here. So if you're in this meeting and you have feedback to share, or there's something you just want to say in closing, this is the opportunity that you have been waiting for. Kindly share that feedback right now. I'm trying to check the chat to be sure I did not miss anything. Somebody said he wanted the challenge. I don't know if the person has that information. Madam Sunday, I hope you got okay. Mr. Godfrey, did you get the payment information? Mr. Godfrey?
You're in the fast.
Okay, no more information from Mr. Godfrey. Let me ask him to.
I got it.
Okay, great.
I got it.
All right, thank you, everyone. Have a restful evening. Bye. God bless you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I will post the recording on the YouTube channel, and then I'll send the link via WhatsApp. Okay.